Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Today we are going to do painting of beautiful actually lily pad. Same as Monet style of painting is this painting, which is look like a Monet's painting, and it's a lily pad, nice and bluey water with this beautiful lilies on top. So it's a limited palette, not much colorful. It's a colorful but not really use a lots of paint colors. It's a blue, white, green, purple and yellow. So then we can make this beautiful landscape painting, and we work as a layers. So before I start painting, I just wondering to say about the materials I'm going to work is actually paint, which is this colors that we have in acrylic, and then any colors you have, like good acrylic paint, any brand would be great to use them. I'm going to work on wood panel, so this is same as canvas, but it's wood. It's 9 by 7 inches, so I'm going to work on this. Sometimes I love the texture of wood. And then this is palette paper, so I'm going to work on a palette paper with mixing my paint, and that's easy because acrylic has glue inside, stick to the surface, so I prefer to just use this paper and then put in a garbage. The other things is the brushes. I prefer to go with different size of brushes. One is larger, one is smaller. If you have pointy and round brush for some details like this kind of brush, it's good to go with this one as well. The other things that I really love to work with is a palette knife. Mix my paint with this palette knife, which is so lovely. So and then we need a glass of water to washing the brushes, and then actually this rag or napkin to clean our brushes. So let's start our painting. Okay, these are the paint. I set up my palette, and I'm going to start with the blue, the base of the color, with the light blue and dark blue. So dark blue, I mean this is the pure cerulean blue that we need, and then lots of part we need to mix with on top. So it's brighter, then come down a little bit darker and more cover with the leaves. So we can do mixture here on a palette or right on a canvas, both are fine. I do a little bit here. Bring the white and the blue, mix them together to see what happens. So they are mixed very well together and give us a lighter value. So at the same time, you can bring some white as well. You can use your palette knife on top, even go with the palette knife to make the painting a little bit thicker. We can do it a little later on top with the leaves. Actually we can do that. So I'm going to start with this light blue color. Take a really heavy paint like that, and I'm going to start from the top, back and forth brush stroke like that to cover the surface, but still is not enough because the blue is much dark. I take a pure white color from the top, add here to have this lighter value. You can let them blend together, or you can leave it the white be visible like that. So both are fine. You can do like this, add the brush stroke to be visible. So take lighter tone of the blue, more brush stroke, white color. But the reason is we need to go with the really heavy paint, especially when we work with the wood, because wood absorb fast and it's not easy to cover all this white of or the surface of wood. So I prefer to go with a lots of heavy paint like this. You see here, when you add the heavy paint, it's easier to cover. And then even with the white color, take really heavy paint, and depend on the size of the canvas you're going to work, you can choose the amount of paint you need to work with. So sometimes when the size of the canvas is too big, we need a lots of paint to mix with. So back and forth and cover the surface. Even some part we need to add more white color. Anytime we can add more paint on top, so no worries. Even Sometimes when the white mix a lot with the blue color and you're not happy with, you can leave it get dry and then come on top and add more white color to show that beautiful and lightness of the water. So no worries if they don't actually give us a light color at the beginning. So I'm going to mix with a little bit pure blue when I'm coming down, because it's more getting darker when I'm coming down, and then cover here. So this is the base of our painting. After you did that, you can wait everything completely get dry and be ready for the next part, which is adding the leaves around and add more lilies or something like that. So the base is done. We will leave it get dry. Okay, now the background is done, and now we can add more white color in between and light green color. If you have light green, just you can add it here. If not, you can mix any green you have with yellow and white, and that gives you the lighter color of green. So I just wash my brush, wipe it with napkin. I would like to use, it depends, if you like to have smaller brush, that's fine. I want to have some leaves on top of here, and the shape of Lily's pad is like an oval shape, a little bit long. So we can take like this heavy paint, and just from top like that we can make an oval shape, and even make a round around the edge. Even thick paint if you like, you can see the texture on top, which is lovely, and shape it like that. Just follow and shape the leaves on top, and then we are move on with the pure darker green under it to shape it a little bit shadow. Even one side here, you can use another brush if you want to use it as a shadow, or you can always have a napkin to clean your brush and then use it again with another paint. So I'm coming on top with the white color, let it a little bit mix with this light green, and I'm going to use a lot of thickness on it. So again, light yellow, light green. I just try to, you see, very gently take heavy paint, shape it look like an oval, but it's not perfect oval because it's a leaf. So just we need to show that it's laid down on top of the water like that. Even you can go with the white color on top to make it lighter on top a little bit, or one side, and then clean it. Then use the darker green, always the edge and even the bottom part, which is the connection between the leaves and the water, is darker. So that's nice to add that dark color on the bottom part. So, and then add more if you like to have more paint and make it a little bit thick, would be a good idea. So yeah, I just would like to add more green here. Okay, and then I don't want to let all these leaves same as each other come down. I just go like that a little bit, one or two here, and then give some space empty and white of the or bluey of the water, and then make more pressure on the bottom part. So again, come back with this leaves with the darkness a little bit, or even let it clean it, just add a little blue on it and even the white color on it, and make it more, yeah, cute as a leaf. So would be good. I really love this heavy texture that I can make on top, because it takes really time. I just want to let you know that it takes really time to get dry, sometimes half an hour, but it's worth it, because after that, when you touch your painting, you will feel all this lovely texture on top and would be great. Okay, then we can even come to the edge, and one leaves here like that. Again, come to the dark color of the green, make a little bit movement here and even here, brush stroke, and a little more here, brush stroke, and even just white color. And you see, I just touch the colors and then come on top and touch the canvas or even any surface I'm going to work. And these are a little bit pressure on each other. In between, I prefer to have a little bit more white on around. So with another brush, I take more white color, come on top and add as a like a wave on the water, and add some more brush stroke even with the white, and some part a little at the blue and more white to blend them together like that. Even a lots of white color around this right side of the edge, prefer to do. Okay, because when we bring more white color on top, it's more beautiful. So thick paint would be lovely, but make sure that white color takes more time to dry, so not touch it till it's completely dry. Yeah, like that. So that's kind of lovely like this, and then we are going to touch a little bit here with this white color, a little bit here, take heavy paint, just randomly touch the surface. You see that we already keep the blue color be visible. Just a little touch of water with the white is lovely to have. So we can leave it like that, or we can do some creativity and just mix a little blue with a white color and a little purple, just a little purple more. I want to show that some new colors around, like this kind of brush stroke give us a feeling of purple, which is so cool, close to the bottom part, which is a little more covered with lilies, and that's lilies are purpley tones, so I want to bring some feeling of purple around into the water. And then a little touch with just this purpley bluey, change the value of the water a little bit. I bring it closer. You will see that this feeling of purpley bluey that's visible, and you see this texture, which is so cool. So we can come down and add more leaves around, but when we move down, the leaves get a little darker, so we don't need much light blue color. So I start with light green again, adding some leaves here. I add some space here, try to make the shape of leaves a little long, because I wanted to show that these are laying down on top of the water. Even doesn't need to be all curvy, you can make a shape around it, and add some brush stroke with this greeny tone, a little bit like that. Feel free to play with the colors, even you can make it a feeling darker like this, and even one here. I just go like that to shape it. I bring a little bit lighter tone somewhere, but not much. And then this one, even we can mix with the blue a little. But the whole idea is getting a little darker tone on the bottom part, so I'm not adding much light color on it. I will bring the light color, but prefer not to have a lot. I just play with the brush like this way, that way, turn my brush an easy way to turn it easier and make it shape beautifully. And then at the end I am coming with the black color at the edge of the leaves, and then add a touch of liney brush stroke. So I just go with a little lighter on top of the darker tone to play with the colors. So feel free to do your own creativity on it. And it's lovely to do a busy part here on the bottom part, and then we are coming to add flowers on it like this. And then here a little touch of white, and then a little bit like this. I just try to add some more lovely leaves of lily around it, which is cool. I'm happy with it. Even in some case we can add a touch of white color somewhere to have a feeling of light tone. It's another style of light tone actually. It's not, I mean, the bright color, but already I have the brush stroke with another value of the colors and with another tone. Sometimes give the painting more interesting playing. And just move on to the other side of the edge of canvas. Even if you like, you can continue to play to have the shape move down on the edge like that. So we already make all this beautiful leaves around, and just move on to play with the brush stroke in between with the blue and white color, or even the purpley value. So I'm coming on top with this white color as a wave between the flowers, and the edge of each is nice to have this lighter tone move around with this watery brush stroke. Show that these are covered with the white. I'm not saying the white, you can even use a little purpley feeling on it. But it's easier to do with a smaller brush because we want to travel around all these leaves, so we don't want to cover them. It's easier to do with smaller size of brush. Can travel in between the water. So I clean the brush again. I'm coming with the blue. I'm coming here. Oh, okay. So I feel happy with the water. I think would be enough. Just we can move on to add the flowers around. Or maybe it's nice to add the black color around the bottom part of our leaves. So just take the black, very dark black, and one stroke, just like that. You can do it now, you can leave it get dry and then do it later. So doesn't matter, anytime you can add, or you can leave it dry, do it another time. I just go with one brush stroke with this heavy paint of a black to give me a lovely feeling of shape on leaves. So okay. There is two ways to wait get completely dry, then come on top with the flowers, or we can go with more texture to shape the flowers. We are okay with that. We are done with the shape of leaves, and then the water and everything. And now it's time to add the lilies on top, and I'm coming just with the thick paint, purpley tone, and just try to shape it like that on top of my painting, and coming a little bit just to shape the leaves, actually the petals of flowers around here. Make it a little bit thick again. I want to have this beautiful thickness of the flowers as well, but I don't leave it like that just with one value. I'm coming add a little bit blue around, and it's nice to have just a feeling of light blue color. And then I always have a napkin around. Take the pure white color, make some part a little lighter with the pure white color, some like this. You see, when you bring the lighter tone on top of the darker, it's already play together and give a lovely feeling to us. And even we can go with the black color to have some brush stroke with the black line as around the edge like this, or even on the center to add one. I'm coming just with the one brush stroke and try to make it thick, but you can wait with one every layers to dry and then add another layer. So even I would like to bring the yellow tone, so I'm coming with the thick yellow here on top. Let it sit and play. Even I can mix my yellow with the white to give me lighter tone and add some brush stroke like that with this yellow value, which is lovely. So back to purple, shape it accurate like that. This is one lily, so we can say that's nice. We can call it done. We can go with one like a closer with a blossom shape. Here I go with the like a bubble shape like that, and it's just the purple. I can go adding some blue color, which is cobalt blue, to make a little darker tone even on top. So I can make the darker value of the purple with this and come on top of here to separate it, and even on here more shape the petals on it like that, and come with the yellow to bring on top. The yellow is better if you want to have a fresh yellow. It's better to leave it dry and then add it on top, but I go with the thick and heavy paint because I love the texture. So and then come with the black color, one line here, one line here on the edge, and one line here randomly. I don't need to, I just randomly. It's nice to bring a black tone around. So again, back to the purple, take a heavy purple. So come on top with anywhere you like to add the purple flower, the lilies, just adding here. I love the brush stroke, heavy thickness and texture, so I leave it be like that. And I'm coming with the yellow color, a little white color to mix, heavy paint, just from one side. Try to add just one tone because it's stick with the yellow. I don't want to let them very mix together. Then move on with the other brush with the black. So we can add one brush stroke as around with the black. So make sure, if you are not comfortable with the heavy texture on top of each other after you paint the lilies, so wait get dry the purple and then add the yellow, and then after everything get dry, then add the line as a black. So the black line should be at the end when you want to keep it clean and you don't want to have a texture on it. So the other flowers, I come here, I just choose a place here, try to add the petals and shape it more. It looks like an open lilies. These two were a little bit close, but this one is like an open lilies. So from this side, a little bit bluey tone on the bottom part I'm going to add with one brush stroke to shape it lovely. And then white color, a little, just like that, to shape beautifully. And you know that with the thickness it's already played together. That's lovely to see what happened. And then come with the yellow on top and add some heavy texture with the yellow. Even we can come with the white color, randomly shape the center. I use the napkin always to clean it after. So like that. Or even we can use a palette knife if we want to go with the really thick and heavy paint. So both are fine. You can go with the heavy texture, you can go with the palette knife, or you can leave it get dry. You don't have to, just let it dry and move on for the next a little bit later. So I'm coming with this one again. That's cool. So I don't use a lot of back and forth. I try to do it once or even twice, because if we go back and forth a lot with this heavy texture, for sure we ruin some part, because actually the other paint lift up. It's easier to lift some part when we are working wet on wet technique. So this is wet on wet techniques on acrylic paint. So the surface is wet and we are coming on top with the texture, heavy texture, and again with the wet surface, with the wet brush stroke. So wet on wet. You need to control your hand pressure and let it play to see what happens. If it's challenging at the beginning, you don't have to do it right away. You just shape the lilies with the purple, let it dry, and then leave it the yellow tone on top. Leave it dry and then add the black color as a line around. So that's a nice idea too. I like to have this sharp black color around, give the feeling of the painting change. And now move on with the yellow. So that's cool when you work on different materials with the texture, even with the wood, with any kind of things. It's lovely to work and give us nice experience. Okay, I'm happy with the result, I think, so far. And now we have paint. We can add as much as a stroke, brush stroke that we need. But make sure, sometimes overwork not good. So be careful of it. I'm just happy with the result. I think would be fine. I can bring it closer so you can see all this lovely texture we make on it. And yeah, maybe a little bit more, the shape of our lilies is nice to change it a little, show that it's open like that. Yeah, that's cool. To make it open like this, better than this way. If the brush doesn't move easily, leave it dry. Leave it dry, then you can fix it. Okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And we are done for today. and hope you enjoy, and see you next time with the next painting. Bye.